We ain't taking no L's. No. Same spanking out of seals. Go. The battle's been won. He said it's done. So we ain't taking no L's. We ain't taking no L's. Hey, we seeing W's all in the chat. It's like a home run straight off of the bat. Lion, the Judah, the cat out the bag.
What up, everybody? Welcome to a flawless, no losses edition of the In Off the Bench podcast. I'm Daniel Ball. He's my brother from another mother. That's Jim Cross. And Jim, we're taking no L's because tonight we're talking to Jack Parks. He is on an unbelievable heater. His team is on the biggest heater of all time, so much so we're going to dive into the special accolades that his team gets for going 59-0, Jim.
I don't care nothing about 59-0, Daniel. I just want to talk about Ruston, Louisiana, bro. That's what I'm here for.
All right. Well, let me pay the bills for us so that we can continue to do this. The In Off the Bench podcast is brought to you by Old Dominick Distillery. Experience 150 years of tradition in the heart of downtown Memphis. From bourbon to vodka, whiskey to gin, Old Dominick's got you covered. Stop in today for a tour or to pick up your favorite bottle. Head online, olddominickdistillery.com. And Jim, there's two big things. They got some Honey Bell gin and vodka, which is if you want something refreshing, light, easy to drink in these hot months, it's the summer, you got a July 4th party, you're hanging out at the pool, no better than the Honey Bell. I'm telling you, light, easy, refreshing, crisp, mix it with anything or just drink it straight up. I mean, good to go. But with that, Chinook seeds, best flavors, eight of them, mild to wild. Go to your local gas station, convenience store, grocery store, pick up the best sunflower seeds in the game, Chinook seeds, and Jesus One apparel. Jim, you got the shirt on. Tell us about it. Big things.
Man, so let's just dive right into it. So that's how me and Jack met. And, you know, he wanted to be a part of what's going on because his team is out there representing their faith. They're being bold. So it only makes sense with what Jesus One's trying to do with athletes, empowering John 16:33. You know, the message is just to start the conversation. And so you've been seeing all the college baseball teams starting to rep them, coming off, you know, Ohio State doing it for football, this is the original Ohio State one, even though we ain't had an Ohio State guess. I like the way it looks. But yeah, you just love to see it. You love to see all these athletes, and now we got all these different teams available. I'll show you this one, Daniel. This one just arrived at my house. Got this set up with Colby Allen, the Southern Miss one. So love seeing all these guys. They're excited to get their shirts, and the best part is after the guys on the team get the shirts, Daniel, as you know, they become available to the public. Use code IOTB15. It saves you 15%, and the additional 15% goes to a ministry of our choice locally. First one went to the DeSoto County Dream Center. The next one's going to go to the greater Knoxville area. They got a mission field that they were going to put it to. I don't know the exact name to what they call it, but it basically works with the FCA around the high schools. And then we're going to Baton Rouge next, which I'm sure Jack can appreciate us going to Louisiana. But Jesus One apparel, go get it today.
Well, Jim, no better way than to segue into, you mentioned it, Ruston, Louisiana. So, like, you've been there. I haven't.
I mean, I was saying it like it was glorious. I got to get down to it because, first of all, Daniel, I don't think you realize. I hope you have it queued up still. We'll get in trouble. That's fine, whatever. Do you know what's in Ruston, Louisiana?
I do. And if you really
That's our team. The problem is we'll get flagged on YouTube for copyright, but we're going with it. We're live. Why not? We love some Ruston, Louisiana. That's where the Love Shack is located. But let's talk about you. If we come to visit you, Jack, in Ruston, Louisiana, what's the one thing you're going to take us to do?
Man, Ruston. I mean, lots of great food in Ruston. You know, lots of Cajun food. The peaches. Ruston's known for the peaches. We're actually about to have a peach festival this weekend. I'm going to have lots of peach ice cream this weekend.
Nice. My son is a peach connoisseur. I may have to take him down to that and
Yes, sir.
get full up on it. Well, I've been doing it wrong, Daniel. I have been to many restaurants though. The food is good. It's a local, college town. Is much going on when Louisiana Tech sports isn't going on? Is much going on in the town of Ruston?
Not really. Even if Tech isn't in school or sports aren't going on, there's not much. I'd say lots of golf. We can go play golf.
You just hit the one sport me and Daniel aren't good at.
Hey, that's okay.
Daniel, at some point, are we going to cave? Are we going to learn golf?
No, I don't have the patience to learn.
I feel like the only ones who don't.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing with golf. I enjoy playing it. I don't want to go and learn how to play because then it won't be enjoyable.
Right. It became work. My thing is like I don't like sucking at something, period. Like that's why I didn't play baseball to begin with. I'm stuck with football, basketball, soccer, but no. So Jack, you can play the golf. You're probably good at most baseball guys we have on are good at it. I don't know what happened to Daniel. He was good at football, I guess. So it balanced itself out. But talk to me about family. You talked about mom and dad watching. You got brothers, sisters. What we got?
I got one sister. She's a freshman at Louisiana Tech, majoring in kinesiology. Mom and dad. Mom works at Argent Financial. Dad is a real estate appraiser. That's actually what I'm gonna be doing after baseball. And I guess in the golf wise, he was a golf pro for a long time, and he was the
one who can help me. I got it.
Hey, we got you. You come down, we'll get you right. But
we'll get some peaches. Yeah. We'll get some food. We'll go check out some baseball at the Love Shack. We'll learn some golf. We'll make a whole trip of it. You down?
I'm down. I mean, there's only a handful of places that have like specialized like weeks for like a fruit. And I thought Plant City Strawberry Festival, and shout out, and this is the first and only time Plant City will ever be thrown out on this podcast. But Plant City has Strawberry Festival, and I had a strawberry like shortcake from there, and it was dynamite. Like
because you're getting the real stuff, you're not getting that knockoff additive stuff.
Very true, very true.
So something that I really wanted to talk to you about, Jack, coming off talking about the Jesus One shirts. I find faith to obviously be important no matter what, but I feel like in baseball, it's especially important because a lot of ups and downs, a lot of failures can be had, and you need something to hold on to. And a lot of times, the things that you can gravitate to may be on the negative side, but not when it comes to God. So talk about how important growing up faith has been in your baseball journey.
Even back in high school, my head coach, Ben Haddix, on the back of our hats at Cedar Creek, we had faith. We'd always break it down, faith on three. Grew up in a church family. We went to church for a long time. The Lord really like pulled at my heart, like early middle school. I really didn't like understand like the whole concept until later on, when I eventually met my fiance, soon to be wife, in August.
He's got it all planned out. He's got the wife ready. He's got the job ready. I see you.
Trying to get it all figured out. But faith is huge for me, especially even this year in college. Just lean on the Lord. It's. I mean,
let me ask you. We talk about the shirts, but I've seen more and more teams. I've seen more and more players just be open, and obviously not just in baseball. You saw it a lot in college football. Man, how excited does it make you as a Christ follower to see this becoming a thing? It's borderline popular now. Something that used to be not cool now is cool. So because it's trending, a lot of people are being open. I think it's one of those things that people were so afraid to share for so long. So how cool is it to see all the athletes that are competing around the country, opening up about it?
It's phenomenal. Like what you said, I mean, it is. I wouldn't say it's a scary thing, but it takes a lot to go out there and put your faith on the line, wear it across your chest, on your sleeve, talk about it in interviews. Lots of the guys on the team, I'm just extremely proud of our team, like just talking about our faith openly, represent it on the field, how we play, how we act off the field. It's amazing.
Look, I'll put it to you like this, Jack. There's no guarantees because your team is centered around Christ that you're going to win. That's not what God does, but I'll tell you right now that the last few champions in the different sports were centered around Christ, and there's something to that. I genuinely believe that. You know, you look at the Ohio State football, like I brought it up with the Jesus One shirts, but it was more than just the shirts. You know, it started with they all got baptized together. They all started going to church together. I really think there's something about that. And then probably my favorite thing that came from all of this season was the Texas. I don't know if he's the defensive back, or the running back, but he grabs the quarterback when he goes to leave the meeting, and this is after they lost. It's easy to give God the glory when you win, but they lost, and he said, "Hold on, I just want to take a minute," and basically gave appreciation for the fact that they were there. And I think that's when you're being bold, because in those moments, you know you're down, you're feeling out, and yet you're still giving that shout of praise. But the last question I got for you, I'll turn it over to Daniel. You know, LSU Shreveport, you know, not well known to everybody. For us, it is, you know, the NAIA is known with baseball. We know all levels are legit. But for those who don't know, you know, and why you chose there, what makes it such a special school to you to where that was the destination for you?
I mean, it's an amazing school. Leaving Louisiana Tech after my first year, I redshirted, didn't play. I went and played summer ball kind of in the area up here in North Louisiana. Met the assistant coach, and then met Brad Neffendorf, and he's just an amazing human being. Like, he's very straightforward. He cares about each and every guy deeply. Even like just to talk about this season, like he expects perfection, like practice day in, day out. We work hard, and that's how
I hope he's happy.
Went. Say it one more time.
I said, I hope he's happy.
Oh,
if he expects perfection, I mean, y'all delivered.
He's extremely happy. I mean, gave him a big hug after, told him I love him. I mean, it's an amazing thing that's happening in Shreveport. He recruits amazing, like great. He recruits great players and great men. Just even the faith part of this team.
One of those places that, you know, if you commit, it's not just about becoming a better ball player, but you know you'll become a better person.
100%. His wife, Miss Megan, his kids. I mean, they're there at the field every day. It's a big family up there for sure. You're gonna get an amazing school if you go to LSU Shreveport. So, and we obviously put our name on the map this year for sure. So,
definitely. You know, people don't realize the level of competition that's in NAIA. I mean, when you talk about like Cumberland, Kentucky, you talk about Tennessee Westland, you talk about even, you know, in Lewiston where the NAIA National, you know, the World Series is, it's in Lewiston, and Lewis and Clark is just phenomenally just great at baseball.
Think about Blue Mountain, where Dylan Frill went from season 1. We had them on the JUCO Bandits, and they went there and were playing a lot bigger, better ball.
Yeah, but you know, Jack, in your eyes, like, what is it that people miss, you know, in regards to the competition? Like, why is it, you know, oversought and overlooked?
I don't know. I don't know why people really overlook NAI. It's a very strong like division. To be honest, like those top teams, like the top teams at the top 5, like LC State, Tennessee Wesleyan, Cumberland's, every team at the World Series was phenomenal, top to bottom with talent.
Well, Daniel's used to it. Just so you know, he was the pitching coach at the University of Tampa, and people did the same thing with Division II. But what I know, watching him coach, watching the players play, and then watching the guys transfer out into D1 and be monsters, the T1 or Tampa is a school that's to be reckoned with.
They are.
You know, Division II, Division III, NAIA, Division I, like, it takes a elite athlete to play college baseball. That's for sure. Obviously, it takes an even elite player to play 40 games for a team, and that's what you did. And you know, in your time at Shreveport, you know, what have you learned the most?
I mean, in my time in Shreveport, hustle and heart will set you apart 10 times out of 10. You show effort every single day, and I mean, just the guys, even the coaches, like you go full throttle in a drill or anything, like, and you say you mess up, whatever, like just keep going. You know, just keep your nose down, keep working. Don't be a drill killer is what Coach Neff says. Really,
I'm gonna put that on a shirt. Hustle and heart will set you apart. That's a little rhyme right there.
Yes, sir.
I mean, when you're a coach and you're looking for, you know, characters and players. Like you can like if you're confident in your coaching ability and your staff, you can coach any player that comes to you that wants to be coachable. What you can't coach is hustle and heart. And those are the things that coaches look for. And honestly, you guys are building this culture and this reputation, and really it's the standard. Like if you don't have hustle and heart, the players are going to hold you accountable to that. And if you don't want to meet that standard, then that's probably not the place for you.
You don't go 59-0 just on talent alone. That's facts.
No, that's facts. I'll tell you, the best teams that I've ever coached were not the most talented. And it just became they played for each other and they did things to standard, and they had that hustle, that heart, that grit that you just can't teach anybody. But for you guys, last season, 59-0. Something, when you look at it at the beginning of the season, obviously coaches hyping, we got to be perfect. Well, I'm sure nobody in their right mind thought 59-0 was going to be what it was. But did you guys really think that was obtainable? As you're like getting into it, are you going, holy moly, we could actually like do this? Yeah.
As we got deeper into the season, probably like 30, 35 games in, we're like, man, this could really happen. Each and every day it's crazy. Just each and every day, we really, even Coach Neff, just approach every game like we're 0-0. Can't really think about the record. Just go out there and execute. Like if we execute what needs to happen, like we'll come out with the win. So
I'll put it to you this way: Tom Brady, Daniel, is the GOAT to 99% of people, right? Me not being one of them, but he said the only time he was nervous in the Super Bowl was when they were undefeated. And there's something about that added pressure when you haven't lost a game. It just is.
I'd say even in that national championship game, I said in an interview, I got interviewed by Lewiston News Channel. He said, what'd you think about when Southeastern came out and basically punched y'all in the mouth and y'all are down 4-0? You get a little nervous, but you got to have faith in your brothers to get it done. We scratched back into that game, and we had 2 solo homers from Jackson Searing and Ian Montz and made a tie game. I knew we were going to get it done when that happened.
Jim, I don't think the pressure would come in the World Series or like postseason play, because you're going to run into really good teams. It's like on those Tuesdays when it's a team that you need to beat or a team that you should beat, or a non-conference game.
You have said all year, Daniel determines who he thinks is going to be a good teams by those teams that value midweeks. Teams that say we don't value midweeks are not Daniel's cup of tea, because every game should matter.
100%.
And you guys proved. Yeah, you guys proved that. You even beat a team 37-0. Like, how does that happen? And like, did you guys sleep well at night knowing that you just crushed somebody's dream like that?
I don't know. We had that one 37-0, and then the one that was 42-4 or something crazy like that. It was unreal. It just kept.
All right, be real. All right. At what point do you get bored, and then at what point do pitchers start getting their time to shine in the field and at the plate? Because I know what I would do at.
I'd be asking to pitch if
17-0.
If I was a position player, I'd be like, "Let me pitch."
I mean, the winning really never got boring, but when you're putting up 30, 40 runs on somebody, it was just like, wow. I mean, you just.
Daniel, what do you guess? I don't have it in front of me, Daniel. But what do you think the run time on that game is?
6 hours. Something stupid long. I mean, at what point does the other team just go, all right, look, like I've seen some miraculous comebacks in my day, 8, 10, 12. We almost saw one. What was it the other night with Ole Miss? What was it? Like
they're down 12-3.
11?
They're down 12-3.
And I've never seen 37 runs come back. So
I've never seen 37 runs scored, period, let alone the comeback, for sure.
Right. And that's not even the highest run total they had all season.
Daniel, I've seen people be locked up for less than what they did. That's a beating. That's senseless.
I'm telling you. I mean, 59-0 national
Jesus is not
championship.
happy about that one, Jack. That's not what you're supposed to do, bro.
No, you don't feel good about that one after. But I mean, it was I guess though that series, like we still like we meet in the locker room, we still find stuff that we did wrong or should have scored more runs here and there. So I mean, we kept on trying to just extend that run record and keep putting it on them. So
I throw a scenario at you, Daniel, and then we move on. What if you're the one player on that team having a bad day? How many times do you have to go over? Like, so say you're like 0 for 7. Like, how many are you willing to go before you tap out on the day?
I mean, here's what I would do if I was the coach. If everybody's just drilling baseballs and you're the guy that's 0 for, I'd just be like, hey, man, get up there and bat from the other side.
Lean into one and get hit by a pitch or something. Get on base.
I mean, Roger doing that thing. Just step into one. No, Jack, obviously 59-0, you win a national championship. When you do that, you get a lot of notoriety. You get a lot of perks. You're kind of the king for a little bit. You're getting some, I would say, the royal treatment. You're getting an invite to the White House. I mean, how does that feel? Like, that's got to be exciting to go. Not only do I get to view the White House, but I get to go in it. And like, not just like in it, but like where people have never been before, where champions go.
It's crazy. We were sitting on the bus and just like, wow, we're going to the White House. Like, I don't think it's really. I've thought about it, but I mean, I hadn't really. I guess I've started thinking about what I gotta wear. I gotta wear something dark so they can't see me sweating because
you might have to go rent a suit.
Yeah,
you got to come clean.
You know, it's pretty crazy. It still really hadn't hit yet, but when we do get there, it's gonna be like, holy cow, like this is insane.
The thing that I think they should have done this upcoming weekend, it was as a matter of fact, my LSU text group started sending to Coach Jordan from LSU. Really, they should be honoring y'all this weekend during the Super Regional. That would have been really, really cool. I know it was short notice to try to get them to do that, and they'd like to have things formalized. But I don't know, Daniel, what do you think? That would have been, especially for their LSU brethren, to do that.
Oh, that would be unbelievable. I mean, that would, given the situation, like
some of the players, the way we be hitting sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to say, given the situation, I think they're pretty occupied right now. But what I can't wait for is, here we go. Is this Jack Parks guy? Just a beautiful, beautiful baseball player. I mean, come up here, Jack. Let me talk to you. Have you ever talked to the president before? This is amazing. A beautiful team.
You do that way too well. That's the scary part. It's not bad. Not bad at all.
Thank you. I have a couple.
We just watched our viewers go from 1,000 to 0 like that. No.
Hey, in Florida, they'll go the other way. I promise you. I promise you.
Go ahead,
Jack. I got one last thing. Obviously, when you're 59-0, you get invites to the White House. But like, what does that actually mean? Like in the historical context of your career, like, is that something that you care about, or is like winning the national championship the thing? Like, you're gonna say, oh, we won a national championship and that's the most important thing, or was the 59-0 because it's something that will never be done again the thing that trumps that?
This I mean, the 59-0 is crazy. I saw like the tweet the other day. I guess it was like over 150 years since like a perfect season has been completed.
I guarantee you it wasn't 59 games back then either.
No. And they're listing off all the accolades. We had the like parade the other day, and they're just ripping off accolades, and you're just taking it all in. It's kind of, I mean, obviously it hadn't really sunk in how crazy that this season we just had was.
This year in D1, I'm trying to, Daniel, remember it was Florida State, Tennessee, and somebody else. There was 3 teams left, and I feel like it was not even 20-0 yet. And remember, and then they all end up losing that week. Like, to get to 59 is insane, because in Division I they didn't even make it past like 20, 21. So I mean, I
almost feel like it was a midweek game that they shouldn't have lost.
Florida got tripped up on a midweek game. That's who it was. Or no, Florida State, excuse me, to Florida. Remember, and then let's see, Tennessee lost. I don't know, but there was 3 teams. But yeah, it's just insane, and to the point of it can happen against any team. an off day happens, right? Like the fact that y'all didn't have one, but man, we got to get into speaking of super regionals, we got to get into the pick 'em, Jack. We got to pick your brain on this. You're a champ. You hadn't lost all year, but you're fixing to take your first L because you're going against the champ right here. Daniel, I don't have my belt anymore. Unfortunately, Andrew Fisher is wearing it. Got it at his house. I think he might deserve it after this weekend, the way he was hitting bombs and advancing his team. But shout out to our Survivor champ. And Daniel, while I'm on that note, Simo's belt is done and your belt is done. Should be getting shipped to your house right now. So anyway, so here we go. So
Can't wait, guys. Can't wait.
I'm going to start with you, Daniel, on this first one. Miami versus Louisville.
Oh, man. These are two teams that know each other really well. When you look at the start of the season, Louisville kind of in the mix, Miami not, then kind of flipped.
I mean, we picked Miami to take that region last week.
We did. So
right.
I feel like they're playing well, and I mean, historically, they got a lot to play for, and they usually can make it happen.
Do you know what's going to be the cool thing? If everything aligns the way it should, Daniel, if they pitch their day 2 guys against, they don't throw off and they do everything straight up, their day 2, you're going to have IOTB on the bump with Tucker Bivin and Griffin Hugas. So, man, got to pick who you rolling with. Which one you picking, man?
Give me the Hurricanes. I'll go Florida based. Let's go Hurricanes.
All right, Jack, where you going, man?
I think I'm going Louisville. They're pretty hot right now.
I was hoping y'all would both pick the same pick so I could go the other way just to go ahead and gain one. But no, here we go. We're split already.
Watching Miami in the region, I mean, they're good. They had to fight through it, but I think Louisville at home, I think they're gonna pull it off.
I see why Jack went 59-0. He's fixing to be 60-0 because he got that one right there. I'm going Louisville. So that leads us to probably me and Daniel were talking about this is probably, when you look at it pound for pound, the best matchup outside of Tennessee and Arkansas. Florida State, Oregon State, got to be at Oregon State. Our boy, JJ January, Daniel, heading up the crew, had to go all the way out to Corvallis. I'm not happy about it at all. Leaving from Mississippi to Corvallis.
You would think a guy that's as good as he is at his job gets the opportunity to go to.
They send you, he can't be in an SEC stadium.
No, I get it, but
so that's why he's at Southern Miss last week.
But he's getting to go, in my opinion. It's not like no offense to a UCLA or Murray State, but this is the one I would want to go to outside the SEC.
Yeah, no, but he's not going to be watching. I mean, he's going to be doing his job, so it's not like he gets to enjoy it the way we would. But I want to go to Corvallis. I would have went with him. No doubt if I wasn't going to Disney, I'm going to your land. But I'm going to start with you first on this one, Jack. Who you got?
I think I'm going to rock with Florida State on this one. They swing the bat extremely well. They got Jamie Arnold on the mound. He's unreal.
I think since you brought that up, I think Lodis is going to take the Golden Spikes. I'm scared Aloy's going to do it just because SEC favoritism. But if you just look at the numbers, Kyle's been absolutely insane. We've got Daniel.
So this is tough for me because at the beginning of the year, Omaha picks, I had both of these teams in it. And so
you remember. So hey, you're going to be right one way or the other. That's the good news.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Florida State. I think just the pitching and, we talked about it. Even the third and fourth guys in this rotation are starting to throw the ball really well. So give me the Noles.
Mendez,
staying in Florida.
Mendez is going to be the difference, I think, having a game 3 guy because I think they will go to the rubber match. Give me Florida State as well. So we're all on that one. All
right, let me ask you a quick question, Jim. So if that's the case, and I don't disagree with that, who gets the loss? Is it Arnold or Volini?
See, that makes me think they're not even going to get to game 3. But right now, Volini's pitching better. Volini's pitching better at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, either way, Florida State's taking it, sounds like, based upon what we're talking about. Hitting, pitching, the whole works. Nothing against Oregon State. The next one, Arizona at UNC. UNC probably the hottest team in the country if you just look at the way they ran through the ACC tournament. Daniel, starting with you on this one. Who you got?
Oh, the best uniforms in the game. North Carolina.
Vandy is saying their pinstripes are better, Daniel. They're putting up
Those blacks are so nice, but like
Carolina has 3 different.
You got to go right.
Pinstripes.
It's quantity over just one. Like you got to go with if you got 3 legit unis and the other team has 1 legit.
You know what? This leads a question that I want to ask Jack. Let's see where Jack stands. So, LSU's never going to have a black uni. They're very traditional. But you look at like ECU, who has the black with the purple and yeah, it's a true thing. Would you be okay if LSU had black jerseys?
With the tradition and everything. I mean, I personally like a black jersey. We had all black with purple on it. That was one of my favorite combos.
LSU Shreveport knows what they're doing. LSU do better. No, anyway, back to the topic. UNC Arizona. Who you got?
I gotta go UNC. They knocked out Oklahoma last week. My boy Dawson Willis is at third base for OU, so I think UNC is gonna beat Arizona.
I do too, and so we're all taking UNC. So still on the same path. This next one, though, I think this is where the separation happens. Coastal at Auburn. The keynote: Auburn has not lost a series at home all year. Jack, is this when it happens?
I think they keep the streak going. I think Auburn's going to pull it off. They've been playing well lately. During the season, I call a couple games. It was kind of shaky, but they're playing good ball right now. So I'm going to Auburn.
Well, Daniel, I'm going to give you the advantage this time. I'm going to go before you. So you're going to have to split between them because I'm taking Coastal Carolina because I picked them preseason to be in Omaha, and I'm standing with it. I can't believe it. I picked them mid-major, and they got a real shot.
Here's the thing. You said it in this episode. What do I value during a team's schedule?
Oh, midweeks.
Midweeks. Who is one of the best midweek teams in the country?
Coastal Carolina.
There you go. Give me Coastal. They gonna prove it. Watch. I think it's going to be a dogfight. I think Auburn makes it very tough. But I think that plays into Coastal Carolina.
You can talk about Ike Irish, obviously a guest of our show, but that lineup just doesn't scare me at the end of the day, like top to bottom.
Yeah. The thing is with Auburn is they somehow can go to Omaha. I would say, have a consistent opportunity to go to Omaha and still, like, in a situation like this, I would say there's going to be a lot of people that are going to go against them. And
last time they're in Omaha, they went 2 and done. I feel like if they did, it would definitely happen again. I think Coastal would be everyone's favorite outside of your own team if they're there. Everybody's going to be with Coastal. Speaking of mid-majors, the most unlikeliest of ones, Murray State versus Duke. I'm going to go first on this one and just go ahead and put this to bed. Murray State ain't winning again. Like, that was cool. I was there for it. Ole Miss's lack of pitching got exploited, but they're not fixing to beat Duke. So go ahead and give me Duke. Jack, where are you going?
I'm going Duke. Watching Ben Miller swing the bat the way he has this year, it's been phenomenal. I'm taking the Blue Devils.
The Murray State's a cool story. Like I said, Jack, I was there, but Ole Miss just didn't have enough pitching. Guys were getting lit up. He talked about they tried to make that comeback 12-11, but they had just put themselves in too big a hole, and it happened in 2 different games. And when guys are putting up 12-plus runs on you in multiple games, that's not the recipe to win, but I don't see Murray State keeping that going, especially against Duke. Daniel, who you got?
So
don't even play this game.
Here's the thing, fellas.
What he's going to do is he's going to build and then not pick them.
Murray State just went into Ole Miss and just put up a 59 runs. Like
they do
59 they put up 59.
What I would call a legit ace, a kid who will go 130 pitches and then come back and pitch for you 3 days later.
And so if you think Murray State for 1 second is scared of a Duke Blue Devil team, this ain't the Duke from last year that put up 100 runs a game.
No, this Duke team found their way. Remember, Daniel, Duke was preseason ranked top 10.
Yeah, but I think they're going to go,
Virginia and A&M, they left the top 25 and came back.
Yeah. Duke's going to be worried about summer classes and med school and all that stuff. Murray State ain't got to worry about that. Murray State's there to play some ball and get after and get dirty. Give me the Racers.
Well,
Let's go.
We just beat you. All right.
Not a chance.
The other heavyweight battle, Arkansas hosting Tennessee. Daniel, you get to start on this one. Tony V going back to his roots, maybe do some chest bumping. To know. We have 16 in off the bench guests on Tennessee, only 2 on Arkansas. So heavy favoritism towards the guys on Tennessee.
Here's the thing. I think Arkansas is a great team. Tennessee is a great team. Arkansas has won the regular season series. All right. But here's the thing. This is going to be an atmosphere in which Tennessee thrives in. They thrive in that intense, aggressive, animosity-driven because that's what they want and that's what they love.
To your point, I told you that Friday night. 2 errors by Curley is the reason LSU won the game. They thrived in the most hostile LSU environment. You can give them 6,000 drunk people at midnight. Did not faze them.
Yep. And so with that, given the Arkansas flops over the years, I'm taking the Vols.
All right, Jack, what you got?
I'm taking Tennessee too. They're scary in playoffs. Just Arkansas is really good as well, but it's gonna be a dogfight up there. I'm taking the Vols.
Daniel, I'm fixing to disgust you. So what have I done in the past to try to just protect myself? I'm gonna hedge my bet. I don't believe for a second that Arkansas is gonna win, but I'm taking them. That way, either I get what I want or I gain another point on the 2 of y'all. I wasn't going to do this, but once y'all both went Tennessee and I didn't have to split, I'm either going to have what I want, and when we get to Omaha, our boys will be there, or, I'm going to run away with this pick 'em, and I'm still going to be okay and sleep well at night, Daniel. So give me the Razorbacks. Tell everybody.
You are, that is the most. You're a cow.
There's not even a word for it. It's okay.
No, I can't believe that. Let's move on. UCLA and UTSA, the battle of the 4-letter abbreviated teams.
UTSA, you got to give respect to. Walking into Texas the way they did, it's not just winning the way they won, just look like a dominant team. So I'm going to pick first on this one. UTSA looking dominant, doing all that. So I'm definitely going UCLA. You like how I did that, Daniel? Just said that. That's how you used to do me.
Yep.
All right, Jack, who you got?
I like UTSA in this one. The way they went and put it on Texas like multiple times, even in the regional and then the regular season.
Daniel brought it to my attention that I didn't think about, Jack. When we were talking about those midweeks, and then I looked after he said something. They played them twice in the midweek, so they weren't afraid of that Texas team. They knew them well. Played in that environment for it. I think that's meaningful, and so. Daniel, I tell you, if I'm a coach going forward and I think I got a team that's a regional worthy team, I'm scheduling those midweeks against the big dogs so I can prepare my team to be in that atmosphere.
Oh, you got to.
Who you got?
Man, you got a coin.
It's a coin flip. Yep.
You got a coin. No,
you got us both on opposite sides. Who do you need to gain a point on more? Who do you feel like?
I'm not worried about all that. I like to just pick who I think is going to win, and wherever
that's why you
fall, they fall. Hey, that's fine. Omaha with a UCLA team makes sense. Omaha with a UTSA team. I
bet they would travel well, even though they wouldn't have a lot. They would travel well.
I think the Roadrunners would be jacked up for that, but I'm going to go with the Bruins. I think we missed on the Bruins, and I think for good reason. But I do
watch them play. Yeah,
right. I think that they're gonna go. I think
we have just like anybody else, Jack. Like we tell people, like, what do you think about certain team? Like, we were breaking down with 3 other college players, UC Irvine, and me and Daniel didn't know anything. And it's funny. We had Griffin Merritt say, I don't know anything about them either, but I put them on my parlay and they always win. For that reason, I just know that they're gonna win again. And we're like, you know what? We'll take that. That's all we got. We don't know anything about them because they're playing at 10 o'clock at night. The start. So
I haven't gotten to watch any of those games. Those
Exactly.
the Hawaii, UC Irvine, like I've only watched like one of those this year.
Exactly. All right, last one, the big one. I'll be honest, Jack. I think people are undervaluing how good West Virginia is. Me and Daniel had them in the top 10 for a good portion of the year, so we respect this team. So LSU being the odds-on favorite to win it all, everybody already writing them into the College World Series, I think is not cool to West Virginia. I think they've earned these stripes. I think they're not afraid to come into Baton Rouge, and so I don't think that you're going to pick against LSU, but I think you agree with me that West Virginia has earned the right to be respected.
100%. West Virginia's they put their name out there for sure, and they've caught my attention. This being the powerhouse they've been in the last couple of weeks, and in the end of the season as well. But it's hard to beat LSU in Baton Rouge, like a night game. It's going to be tough, but I think it's going to come down to the last game. I think LSU is going to pull it off.
And that starting on Saturday is going to be advantageous because the pitchers are going to get their full week's rest. I think when you look at Anderson, you look at Ianson, and I think Case and Evans, when you're trying to figure out the him and Cowan thing, I think he showed that because he had a couple good starts this year, and then it's like, all right, maybe he's the closer. So I think you go back to having maybe Cowan on the back end of the front 2 games, and then you go with Evans game 3 if even necessary. But I think they have the arms that give them the advantage. I'm not the biggest on the batting order. It can tend to go in lulls and have slumps. But Daniel, where are you at?
There's only one way to claim who I'm gonna pick.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
How long do I got to listen to it?
Blue Ridge
Can you pick?
We already hit copyright, so we might as well just roll with it. No, it's a great story. West Virginia and the Mountaineers, they're there. They're grimy. They're getting after it. They got nothing to lose. But then you got the gauntlet, which is LSU, the pitching staff, the bats, the freshman, Derek Curiel. I mean, you got Bears, you got rookies, you got everything that you could possibly want.
Feels like you're talking about Major League all of a sudden.
Sort of. But they're in Baton Rouge. They're gonna have some very electric fans charged up, ready to go. The tailgates are gonna be good. I don't know what you put on a tailgate barbecue from West Virginia. I don't think you can actually cook a Mountaineer, but you could do a Gator that way, but it's not the Gators. But give me the Mountaineers, bro. Let's go. Give me West Virginia. LSU, we've had enough of you. Get out of here. No, Jack, I do this like just because it gives Jim and I this we can battle each other. Do I really believe that West Virginia is a better team than LSU? Absolutely not. But I do think
I do think it's going to go to 3 games for all those people who think they're going to just run through it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's why I brought him up. I think Case and Evans is going to have to play a role. Yeah.
So, but give me West Virginia just for the fun.
There you go. Just like I picked Daniel, I had a thought today, and then we can close this thing down.
All right.
I thought to myself, I'm all about grow the game. We have guests everywhere. But I thought to myself, if Tennessee and LSU lose, will I still go to Omaha? I don't know, bro, because that means, first of all, if Tennessee's out, Arkansas is probably the front runner. Our guests from UNC moved on, and I started doing the math. There's possibly maybe 4 or 5 guests, which is crazy because last year we had 40 in Omaha. It's going and spending that grip of money and going for the 5th year in a row. Worth it to see 2 guys I know.
I think the question isn't that. I think the question is this. If Tennessee and LSU were not to be in it, who would have to be in it for you to go? Is Florida State enough? Or would you need a Florida State, North Carolina, Coastal? Would that be enough? Would Murray State?
It's going to have to be something crazy. So let's get off the rails right here, Daniel. I'm going to need to see UTSA, Murray State, and Coastal all in the field. So I know that I'm going to a once in a lifetime Omaha 8 with a bunch of mid majors because we have Ike Irish. We have Ike Irish on Auburn. We have Griffin Hugus, like I said. We have Tucker Bivin, which one of them has to get knocked off. We have Mako at Coastal, which one of them has to get knocked off. Yeah, if LSU and Tennessee are out, Daniel, we'll only have 2 guests possibly. And we'll have 2 at Arkansas too, so that's 4. So 4 is tops. I can't do it, man. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of jack.
I mean,
I've been the last 4 years. I can take a break.
It's the experience.
I'm gonna go watch Jack play golf instead, and learn myself. Actually,
it'll be entertaining. Watch me shoot in the 80s, lay a couple shots.
He says it like that's a bad thing.
I mean,
I'm shooting in the 120s.
Hey, we'll get you down. We'll get you down in the 90s and 100s.
Daniel, over under losing 20 balls if I do 18 with them.
Over.
It
depends on the course, but even a wide open course, I still think you're losing balls.
Yeah, I'm still taking a bunch to the left and the right for sure.
We're gonna be playing number 1 course in the States. It's pretty tricky.
Well, the good news is I have a best friend down in Ruston.
Water.
I got a friend that I can go see, that I want to see, that I can go stay with, and that just adds on to this. So Daniel, I'm doing this. See, I'm hyping it up, but I'm really going to go. The question will be, will you meet me there? That's the only question.
Hey,
but speaking of meet
golf,
you, I got to come your way to Florida. We got to sign this thing off. My wife's out there with the car ready. I got to drive through the night, Jack. It's crazy people. They want to be there first.
Jack, don't feel bad for him. Like that's his signature move. I just drive through the night.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
But we appreciate having you, man. It genuinely has been cool to have you on there. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. I love that you have the plan stacked out for you outside of baseball. A lot of guys they don't know what they're going to do when baseball's over, but you got the job, you got the girl, you even got the golf game. So man, just happy for you, and obviously you got your faith. So Daniel, I mean, he's got the cards lined up.
He's set. He's well,
and he's going to the White House.
Yeah, he's further beyond most people his age. Jack, man, appreciate the time, dude. If there's anything we can do for you along the way, please reach out to us, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely. That is Jack Parks, everybody. If you like hearing Jack's story, or you just like hearing us average Joes talk X's and O's, please share the podcast on Facebook. Head over to YouTube, click like, subscribe, notifications. That way you're first to know when new content is dropped. Jim, it's been an amazing run, but it's time for us to take a little break. We're going to take –
man, the people will be okay. There's a lot of – when we've done an overload on content, they got more than enough to get caught up on.
Yeah, and I know you. When big things happen, somehow you're going to find a way to throw content out there. I just know it. So don't.
I'm gonna skip Omaha when Tennessee and LSU lose, and then we're just gonna interview all their guys and talk about how we're depressed together.
we'll watch the game and do like a live game reaction and just talk trash about everybody.
There you go. Let's do it.
No.
One of them.
Well, enjoy the vacation. Yeah, enjoy the vacation. Much deserved, much earned, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. Until then, head to YouTube, check out all the content, college gymnastics, college baseball, United Grid League, pros and Joes, you name it. There's a plethora of stuff to take in. So we'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Appreciate it. Love y'all. And always remember, strong body, sharp minds, grid and grind all the time. We're out.